right, here we go. Again, for the folks at YouTube, welcome. Happy Tuesday. Brent with AOB. We're going to get underway. Like I said, I'm going to be busting. I don't know if we'll get all the way through this before I have to cut off the live stream so that I can let my my little son Max get on here and live stream for a little bit for about 2 hours. No, I cut into his time. That's unfair. I cut into his time. Everything's dead. So we're doing our live roulette challenge. I'm going to bring up our trusty Excel sheet. This is where we're at right now, folks. We're at 29. We're almost to $30,000 total profit on the year. We're on day 86. So coming up within 3 months, we're at $30,000. So a little over 10 grand a month. We have a surplus of $3,330, which includes today, but we have not yet played today. So that could go up or down on our average per day. And just a reminder, if you sign up for a stake under the affiliate right now, because we don't have a large enough group, Stake's not willing to provide extra benefits for our signups. We've tried really hard. So what we've decided is we're going to pay that extra bonus for you, which in the form of $100 as an affiliate bonus. Sign up on my affiliate link, which you can find below there. And in order what that to happen is you have to go into Discord. There will be a special affiliate sign up. You show proof that you signed up. You show proof of your Litecoin stake address, because we'll only send it to your stake account. If you're a US person, stake.us, I will send you $75. You get a $25 sign up bonus through stake, plus I will send you $75 to bring that to $100. If you are a stake.com user, I will send you $100 directly to your account so that you have something playable. Also, to alleviate any BS that through the affiliate link, I'm going to be making millions off of you. Trust me, your $100, I'm sending you more than whatever you're going to get back to me, unless you are a massive player, in which case I will get more than the few 3 pennies that most of you will probably provide. So the idea behind this is an investment to me, and I spoke to the crew. We want to grow the affiliate link so that Stake can then in the future provide our group, right? We are like fucking Costco here. All right, let's roll. I'm going to go back to live roulette, and what we're going to do is day 2. If you saw yesterday, we had a person, one of our members, DVJ, sent in, said he had been marking streets and whatnot. So we did that yesterday. It's basically an outside system bet, 1 to 18, or any of these black, because it's covering 18 numbers. So as I've always said, it doesn't matter how you want to do it. You're skinning the cat. It's still lipstick on a pig. 18 numbers is 18 numbers. In this case, he's chooses to pick 3 double streets, and I'll show you what that looks like, and plays it. And I think we would have won on that one. So let's get started, and it looks like this. I forgot to go rename it. Okay, it looks like this right here. So we are putting $15 on these 3 double streets, and we're going to leave it there. Now, as I showed yesterday on our trusty chart, we basically hit, I think we were 1 or 2 wins above losses. So we were like, I don't remember what it was, 31 wins and 29 losses. But basically what it says is we could really choose any of these double streets and it would come out the same. There's a win, though. We'll take it, right? We'll take it. Hey, welcome, Belgium. Love it. I've been there. I've been to Belgium. Yeah, went there, had chocolates, had all sorts of the little Belgian, not the little, they're big, the Belgian waffle cookies. I'm brain dead right now. I love those things. They're kind of gooey and, oh yeah, man, that's some good shit. Had beer there. Yeah, when I took my daughter to Europe, we were in Amsterdam. That's where we're based out of, because at the time I was working for Nike and we have our European headquarters there. So I took her when I went over to our HQ over in Europe, and then we took the train down to Paris. And on the way back, this actually worked out well because we lost just now, and I forgot to bet because I'm doing this. Charlie, remember I promised, I said I was going to stop trying to do some focus, but it looks like I'm not. Anyway, Yeah, I've been to Europe. So we were in Amsterdam, and then we took the train down to, she really, really, really wanted to see Paris. So I took her down to Paris, and we spent like 3 or 4 nights in Paris. We were literally like walking 11 miles a day. I mean, I was exhausted. We were walking everywhere. And then we stood in line for literally 3 hours to get into the catacombs below Paris, which is something I really, really, really wanted to see, and so did she. And it was, man, we were so tired because we were walking everywhere. At the time, you know what was funny is I didn't even think about Uber. Now, we wanted to walk because it was fun. We were looking at all the architecture. It's absolutely, the architecture in Europe is gorgeous everywhere. Whether you are in Belgium, whether you are in Amsterdam, I mean, the architecture is just so much older. The United States is so young, right? The architecture in Europe is absolutely gorgeous. So if you go there, walk around. The things that surprised me the most about Paris was it was actually difficult to find real French cuisine. Now, it could be that we weren't in the right areas for the amount of money it was going to cost. I don't know. All right, we just won here. We had martingaled up, right? Now, DVJ says that he plays this with Fibonacci. And as I described yesterday, Fibonacci is where you're adding your previous 2 bets, which would, in this case, they would be losses, to get your bet. So if we had bet the first time 15, 15, 15 for $45 and we lost, we would keep it at 45 again because the previous 2, we didn't have previous 2. We only had 1 bet. So if you add the previous 2, it's just 45 again. Then we would add these 2 bets together, and our next bet would be 30, 30, 30, which would be a $90 bet. And then you would add 90 plus 45 for a 135 bet. Anyway, you just keep adding the previous 2. We're just going to go, for simplicity's sake, we're just going to go martingale it up and keep going that way and see how it goes. And if we look at here, we're 2-2. So that's what I'm saying. Right now, we're right slightly ahead of where we're supposed to be. So in that respect, if we do that again, then DVJ, you're absolutely right, because we should be actually slightly under a 1-to-1 ratio here on our wins and losses because of the 0. And so that's what I would actually expect that this would happen if we play it. I'm going to play this. I told him I'm going to play this session 3 times, just like I did Aussie Pete's strategy. So anyway, so yeah, we went and we walked all the hell around. I mean, it was amazing, especially like Amsterdam. I think I told you guys before, if this is your first time going to Amsterdam, you better watch out for those fucking bicycles. I'm not kidding you. I mean, they will run you over. There are so many bicycles. There's bike racks where it's literally looks like hay, in terms of bikes just crammed in there with locks everywhere. It's really fucking cool. And then we just walked all through the city. And same thing with Amsterdam. I was like, I had to ask a lot of people going, hey, we want authentic local cuisine. What do the local people, because there's so many people that come into Europe from all over the world, right? You think America's a melting pot. Let me tell you, Europe's amazing. I mean, it's especially like Amsterdam because that's an international hub. So you get so many people. The downside is that you get all these restaurants. You go to Paris, you go to Amsterdam. You know what I saw the number 1 restaurant along the streets was Brazilian steakhouses. Brazilian steakhouses, right? So I'm here to try the food that the locals eat, right? And anybody wondering what that little FU sound that comes up, that's when people on our Kick live stream, when they choose to follow the live stream and it's like becoming a subscriber on YouTube. When they choose to follow the channel, they get a little FU. I mean, anyway. All right, so there's 2 losses in a row. We're going 30. Let's hope we can curb this. I'd hate to get high up again. And I'm keeping an eye on my time here so I can jump Max in. So we'll keep going with the recording here, but we'll stop the live stream so Max can jump on. Anyway, so we were walking all over Amsterdam. I think the best thing was the day we got in, it was early, been on a plane for, I think it was from the West Coast. It wasn't bad. It was like a 12 or 13-hour direct flight to Amsterdam. And we got off and we got to the Hilton and unloaded there and then went out. And my God, a beer never tasted so good. We were sitting by the canals. We ordered lunch. I had a beer. Oh, Mother Mary. All right. One is hitting hard. Look at this. One is hit 4 effing times here. So, all right, we're up to a 180 bet. Yeah, we're up to a 180 bet. Anyway, yeah, the vending machines, everything's wild over there. I mean, it's just different. And then you go to the bathroom, public restaurants, even in McDonald's, you go to the bathrooms in Europe, and there's a person with usually a little table, like a little folding table sitting there. In my experience there, in the bathrooms I went, they were usually these little old women. And you go there, and you got to pay money. And it's not much. It's usually like 50 cents or something US. Oh my gosh, we're getting our ass beat right now. All right, the good news is we only need one win to recover, but now we're up at 360. And you pay, no, meow, what progression is this? Let's go to our history. 1, 2, 3. This is our 5th progression. We are now on our 5th loss right now. And that, as I said yesterday, to me, that's the risk of these outside 1-to-1 bets, which this is when you're covering 18 numbers, is it's a bit scary. You can go on a serious run because you're only covering half the inside numbers minus the 0, right? So let's hope. Whew, thank you. All right, but I would admittedly go. I mean, to go 6 or 7 without hitting half the board would be pretty tough. All right, I must have gotten my bet screwed up because I did not recover there. So I'm going to double this one up and start at $90. Yeah. Jeet saying when you walk through certain streets in Amsterdam, you can celebrate. Yeah, so you go. So when I went, this was before at least Oregon had legalized marijuana and all that. And you're going into especially like the red light area of Amsterdam. That's where you have the prostitutes and stuff like that. And you're walking, oh gosh. Okay, and you're walking through there and you got this lovely smell of marijuana and these little pot places you can go in and smoke pot. It was amazing. But man, we traveled all over. I was like, okay, where is some authentic Dutch food? Where is that? And finally I found some actual locals that were walking around, and they're like, oh, you got to go all the way to the end of the town. And they're like, it's this little tiny place. It's kind of hidden. Go in there. It's all locals. But they were like, are you sure you want to eat? I mean, some of that food may be different. And I'm like, listen, my dad was Chinese. My mom was German. Trust me, the crap my dad fed me when I was growing up, I love, and I'm glad he did. We have a huge palate. Nothing weirds me out. So we walk all the way to the other side of town. We're already tired. We finally get to this place. Super, super friendly. I was like, oh, are they going to see like Americans come in here and be like, I have a meow-sized best is saying he was funny to watch a drunk guy ride his bike into the channel. Jeez. Because they have a channel, the canals that run through the city in Amsterdam. And it's really cool to eat lunch along those. Anyway, we get all the way to the restaurant. I was worried they were going to be like, oh, here comes some fucking Americans. But they weren't. Super, super nice. Just oh my God. All right, I'm going to go, I don't know. How far did I go last time? Because now we're all the way up at a 720 bet. I'm serious. This is the real risk. It can happen with 27 numbers too, but with 27 numbers, the chance of going on, I mean, yeah, we've won one in the last, let's go our history here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We've won once in the last 4, 5, 6. We've won once in the last 8 times. I mean, that's a real risk to systems like this when you're playing. So be very careful. If you're going to do this, make sure you know what your bankroll is and needs to be with your bet. Okay? Okay. Whew. We got out of it. Amen. Never thought I'd be so happy. And we're back in Profit Town. That's really, really nice. So there's nothing wrong with the system. Nothing wrong. Just make sure your bets are low enough that you have enough progressions. I would highly suggest 10 to 12 progressions, even higher on this one. And make sure you have that back roll. And how do you calculate that progression? It depends on what kind of progression strategy you're going to use. If you're using a martingale like I am, then you should just have it go, I'm going to go 45, 90, 180, 360, and you're going to want to add all those up after you do at least 10 to 12 of those and say, this is what my bankroll needs to be. Okay, so that's it. If you're doing, if you're going to do Fibonacci, do the same thing. Place your bets out. Like I told you yesterday, if you're going to play Fibonacci, it's a really, really good idea to write that down so you know what your bets are. So you're not trying to remember, okay, I just did, this is a fourth progression. I need to add the third and the second together. And what is that? It can get in your head and get you to stop focusing on what you're doing. So write your progressions down, how much that is, so you see. The beauty of these outside bets, like I spoke to you yesterday, was if you're going to do Fibonacci or martingaling in this case, because we're only covering 18 numbers, you only need one win to be in profit, okay? So that's the real nice thing about this. One win and you're back in profit. Okay, and so that's regardless of whether you use Fibonacci. You know what? I take that back. I'm sorry. I was thinking of the 2-to-1 bets here. You have to, for Fibonacci to be effective with a one win back to profit, you have to be playing a single dozen or a single column. If you're playing the 1-to-1 bet and you're playing Fibonacci, you're going to have to win multiple times. If you're going to play, I believe DVJ, I'm sorry, doesn't do Fibonacci. I believe he does DeLambert. I'm pretty sure, in which case that means you're going to go up 1 unit on losses and come down 1 unit on wins. All right, there's a win. So again, I'll have to play with this. With DeLambert, you don't necessarily get into profit on one win. You will if you win early on, but like what I went through, if you're going to go 5, 6, 7, 8 progressions before winning, DeLambert is not going to bring you into profit. You're going to have to win at whatever progression you're at and then start stepping it down 1 unit until you, and it can take a bit. And that's kind of the danger to me of going with DeLambert. And DeLambert is really principled on you're going to have to win at least one more over the session than you're going to lose. And in the case where you're not playing the dozens or a single column or single dozen where you could possibly lose a bunch, to me, DeLambert is not my approach that I would suggest you play if you're going to go with an outside 1-to-1 bet. Just because you stay high and mathematically you're not going to win one more spin than you will lose. Most of the time, your losses will be higher with a 1-to-1. Like right now, we're at 7-11. We would be getting crushed on DeLambert right now. I mean, we would be underwater if we were doing DeLambert right now. Yeah, so Carlos saying he has a paper with Fibonacci and put something on the number I bet and then put it back to 1 when I went. Yeah, so have yourself a guide to have that thing down. All right, there's a win. So that gets us back up in profit town right there. Versus DeLambert, it would not. It would not. So just know that now the advantage of DeLambert is your progressions are slower, so you're not increasing as much, so it can protect your bankroll. I say to that it doesn't matter though, because you have to keep your bets higher for more spins when you do win. That if you do the sum of your total bets, it's either going to be the same or in my mind, it's going to be actually higher. It could potentially be higher with DeLambert. So there's no way getting around what you're going to spend on this stuff, okay? Whatever you choose, you're just going to basically be picking your poison and then what works best for your bankroll and your bets. Yeah, Brad, I'm only playing 3 double streets. I'm trying out this suggestion from DVJ, one of our Discord members. Messaged me and said, hey, I want you to try this out. Now, it wasn't just because he's saying covering 18 numbers with 3 double streets. He's saying that he has watched and recorded a ton of spins and noticed that these particular double streets seem to hit a lot more than anything else. I'm not going to say in his experience that isn't correct, but I will say that if you just look on the numbers up here, 10 wins, 11 losses, and yesterday it was very similar where these two were matched very similar. It doesn't really matter which of these double streets you pick. It'll probably come out the same. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to play this for 3 sessions. We're killing it right now. We're at 450. We killed it yesterday, other than we had, I think, one pretty good drop off where we had to bet pretty high, but we're crushing it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give us 3 sessions of using this, and then I'm going to do another 3 sessions where I choose 3 random double streets, and we'll just play it through and see how that pulls out and see what that does. All right. I am 10:52. I think I got a few more minutes before Max is going to jump on, so I'm going to keep streaming here until they do that. And yeah, when I come to Europe next, because I would really love to go. I mean, I'd really love to go to the south of France. We basically stopped in Paris because my daughter wanted to see so many things, the Louvre. She wanted to see all these beautiful things. So we didn't get to go anywhere, but I would love to go down south of France. I would definitely love to go to Italy. I would love to go off the coast as, I guess it's a tourist thing, Santorini, all those beautiful things. I would love to see the architecture around there. All right, here's a win. I've been holding off on Greece because there was a lot of issues going on with the Greece and their currency and their economy, but I think it's okay now. All right, let's see here. I'm sorry, guys, I haven't been paying so much attention to the Discord or the channel here. If you come to Sweden, I can show you around. Yeah, I would love to come to Sweden. And like I said, I would love to come to Norway as well. I've always had this thing about I want to just go to Norway and I want to just drive through all the fjords and stop at little cute, quaint, bed and breakfast or I mean whatever they have over there and just drive around and just see the incredible scenery there. I think that would just be absolutely phenomenal. All right, we're crushing it right now. Look at this. We're at 540. I don't know, man. If I play this a while, DVJ, this could become my new favorite strategy right here. But as I told you in much previous, way back when, I told you, here's what happens oftentimes. Someone gives you a new strategy, say, this is the best. And you try it out. And 3, 4, 5, 6 sessions, you're like, this thing can't lose. This is printing money. This is an ATM. And you go to it, and then suddenly you realize that was short-lived. And you're like, wait, what happened here? It's kicking my ass. And so then you fall back to you start looking for other strategies and you get these new strategies and they work a little bit and you go, oh my gosh, now I'm onto this one. The problem with that happens is you get this long list of these strategies in your head. And when you go to the casino and you pull out one of these strategies and it doesn't work, you start fumbling to grab and then you don't give it time. You don't stick with a strategy. That's what I noticed happened to me earlier on. I would start going on a strategy, it would stop working, and I would immediately jump ship and go to a different strategy. And then that didn't work, and I would jump and jump and jump. And then if you saw Karate Kid, right? Mr. Miyagi, you either walk this side of the road or you walk that side of the road. You rock down the middle, squish like grape, right? So I think you should have 1 to 3 good strategies that you fall back on, play it. If one obviously isn't working, go to your backup. And within those 3 strategies, have your go-to, which will be your primary recovery strat. Oh, I was hoping I'm going to win more. You guys could quit listening to me. Have that primary strategy that is your go-to recovery strategy. And what I found on that one too is sometimes it doesn't matter because if I'm playing 9 streets and it's kicking my ass, I'll go to 5 streets as my backup recovery and I'll play that. But that shouldn't be my only go-to recovery because there's oftentimes where I'm playing 5 streets and I'm just getting wiped and I pull back to 9 streets and that's what has brought me back in the past. And that's what happened a couple nights ago, right? I got buried on 5 double streets and we came back. I will take your money, Meow. Meet me at the casino. I'll gladly take your money and go spend it at the casino. Oh, man. All right, we're moving up the ladder. We're at 180 now. 180 bet. We're doubling here. So anyway, yeah, I love Europe. Croatia is beautiful. Yeah, I'm trying to see who. I don't know, Brad, if it was you or who I was talking to. I think it was in our thing and talking about Croatia, or maybe that was a family friend. I don't remember. Said they went there because I thought it was in our Discord because I thought at the time, I'm like, what? They went earlier on and I'm like, man, wasn't that all war-torn area over there? And why did you go right after that? Anyway, I heard those players. Actually, I looked up Latvia because that's where some of these casinos are actually, the people are actually playing out of. And Latvia looks gorgeous. It's right on, I think it's a giant inlet bay from the ocean or whatever. It looks gorgeous. The architecture looks gorgeous up there. So I have so much exploring I can't wait to do. We got Cruiser saying Greece was great. He just got back in November. Oh man, I'm jealous. I totally want to go to Greece. Yeah. All right, Max. Max is pressuring me here. I'm feeling pressured by Max. Max is saying, whenever you're ready, I'm ready to stream. That's his way of really just saying, get GTFO is really what he's telling me here in not so many words. Well, Max, you got to hope that ain't going to do it right there. I need one win, my friend, before we can get off. Shit, now we're at 720. And so here's the thing. I'm at a 720, right? Yeah, we're at a 720 balance. So here's the scary part on these kind of systems. You go, well, crap, if we look at here at the history, we have lost 1, 2, 3, 4 in a row. We're on our fifth progression. 45, 91, 80, 360. We're on our fifth progression. You go, okay. You lose on 720. Now we're at 1440. And suddenly it starts sinking in. No matter what, we're still only covering 18 numbers. And that's when that thought starts getting scary. I mean, it's like, do I put $1,440 on black? And look at this. It just hit it. It hit black again. We're at $1,440 now. So to me, this is why I highly doubt this will become my go-to. Not saying that the 9 streets haven't run me up to $4,000 bets before. But I think if you play this, I mean, this is only our second session. Yesterday, we got in pretty deep. Today, now we're at 1,440 again. I think that if you play this every day, this is going to be a very common occurrence to run yourself up to, if you're doing the same bet amount that I am, to 1,440, and then it's 2,880, and then it's boom. So let's hope we can get this one. Oof, we got it. We pulled out of it. That being said, I'm done. We're at 630. It worked out beautifully, and DVJ tell me, he did get to 1,440, but he's never gone beyond that. But I'm telling you, you need to be prepared to go beyond that, because you will go beyond that on these, on any strategy you use. But I think the frequency is going to be much higher on this type of strategy than on any other strategy. Okay, what do we got here? We are at 630, right? So let's go and just check this out. And then Max, I'll hand it over to you, my friend. So we're going to go, this is a second day of at least doubling our goal, right? Wait. That's wrong. So we have to set our new start date 38-130, because yesterday we had a great day of 605. Now we go plus. There, we're up 630. We'll go to our graph plus that plus 630. I got my cat just laying right on my hands, which makes it hard. So we come here to the summary tab, and this is where we ended up today. Look at that. We're up 346, a surplus of almost $4,000. I mean, we're creeping up. We're doing a great job here. We're looking really, really solid. We're getting this orange dash line. We want that to keep climbing in this direction, and I'm going to do everything I can in the future to prevent these cliffs of Dover, and we'll keep going. I've got Essek asking me my thoughts on Fibonacci. We kind of talked about that earlier, so I won't repeat it, but you can go back and look at the video. This will be posted on YouTube tomorrow. Well, you'll be seeing it tomorrow, but this is my tomorrow because we're always one day ahead. Anyway, great job. I'm going to turn you over live streamers. Max is coming on. For those of you YouTube, if you have a chance, hit the subscribe button if you like what you see. Hit the follow. Get into our Discord. It is an amazing community with amazing people. A wealth of information that can answer all your questions. And I promise, I will be putting out that very beginner's guide to hitchhiking roulette. And if you saw yesterday, I think we pushed out the low roll bankroll video, and I'll be trying to push maybe one of those a week, maybe 2, depends on how it goes. Anyway, that's it for me. You know how this goes, right? Be good, humans. Be good to yourself. Be good to each other. Be kind. It's not that hard. I'll see you tomorrow. Cheers. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, 5,770. Oof. That is a big bet for a 47% win chance. Redo. Yeah, right. That's all right. That's all right. We good. Take two. All right. 2 wins in a row. But he went through that 3.5 hour video and documented, I think, most of the spins. I'll have to go back and look through and see if he documented every single spin and showed the win-loss on his. I wasn't sure if he was showing me the win-loss on his or that was on the 9 streets just for historical. But I asked him what was the deepest deficit we got in. And the fact is if you lose 7 times in a row, that's what, 45 plus 90 plus 180 plus 360 plus 720 plus 1440 plus 2880. Add those in a row. Anybody got a spreadsheet open right now? Would love to see that number real quick. What that is after end of 7 before you go into a 57.70 bet. So what's that deficit? Man, we've won 3 in a row. We're crushing it right now. All right. Boss lady says she's on her way home. And you know what that means? As soon as she gets home, we are heading up to the casino. I am going to bet. I'm going to try. I'm looking for, if anybody's got a good idea, like I said, for a good body cam that's small but takes pretty good video, and I would like video and audio and has good battery, I would love to have it, because I would love to start a new series of live betting. But my plan to go to the casino today is I'm going to take, I don't know, probably $5,000 up there with me. And I'm planning on doing, I don't know, I'm going to do everything, but I'm going to start off, I'm going to go right in the gate. I'm going to do double street, see if I can't get like $300 to $500 ahead. Then I'm going to switch to probably 9 streets. And then I'm going to try some of this shenanigans. This isn't bad. If it's a $15 min table, you can throw $5 bets on each of these things right here. Okay. So then you have $15. Oh yeah, Max updated my stream title and then he didn't. Yeah, then it's my responsibility, not Max. So yeah, I'll do it in a second. All right, there's 2 losses, but man, 7 losses in a row. I'm telling you, it would not be. I don't mind this strategy, like I said before. Yeah, the casinos here locally, Gambling Viking, are super tight ass about. You even have your phone towards the table, which Vegas used to be like that, and you are asked big time to get that shit out of there. Yeah. Live roulette. I'm going to update the stream title. Oh, that nice. There's a win. All right. Stream updated. See, I'm getting better at this shit. This old guy learns new stuff, right? Anyhow, yeah. No whammies, no whammies. Let's go. That's right. That's for forgiveness, not for permissions. Yeah. Anyway, so that's what my plan is tonight. And then, of course, we're going out for Tomahawk Tuesday, giant steak dinner. There's going to be 4 of us. I'm treating everybody. We're going to go out for 2 of those, drinks, dessert, the whole 9 yards. All right, look at this. We are crushing it. I'm going to see how this plays out on the live tables. Man, we're already up 225. This one's doing beautiful. But like I said, I think this one will do beautiful because you're betting only at $45 and you're making $45 every spin. So low risk in terms of the return is equal to what versus the 9 street, right? You're making 1/3. So when I bet 135, I'm only making 45. This is betting 45 and you're making 45. But he said in that last video, he went 7 losses, which means you had to go to your 8th progression. I have yet to go to my 8th progression. 6, I think, is the highest I've ever gone, and that would be the 4,000. No shit, I'm almost there, right? I mean, yeah. So I was going to ask you. I was going to say this. I was going to tell people this because a lot of people don't know this. So the keys to success as we've all said, about on top of discipline and your self-control, and then just knowing what the hell you're doing, is large bankroll, smallest size bets, and a key piece of that is the table mins and the table maximum. So I'm lucky at A. The table max is $500 inside and outside. $500 means any of these outside bets, you can go up to $500, which is big around here and on the local casinos. Like the other 2 casinos in Oregon, the max bet is on the inside here is like $25. $25 for inside bets. I mean, that means you're doing lines in double streets and stuff, or double streets and streets. That's nothing, man. All right, there's our loss. She does not look happy. Let's see if she smiles. Okay, come on, smile. Give us a little smile, just a little twinkle. Anyway, yeah, that's really small. So that's what you got to keep an eye out for is make sure whatever strategy you're using, look at the table mins and the maxes, and you're going to need to adjust your strategy appropriately. So like tonight at A, they fluctuate between a $10, $15, and $25 max bet or minimum table bet, depending on how many people are there in the situation. All right, there's a win. Man, we're just tearing this up. And as such, the thing about it is when they raise the table minimum to $25, they don't increase the table maximum. And so for those of you that are new to this, what happens is if your table max is very low, it means you can't do your progressions have a low ceiling, means you can't double up in the chance. And they do that purposely, right? To make your recovery difficult. That's the beauty of online casinos. Our table maximums are ridiculous compared to brick and mortar casinos. Right here on lines, we have a $1,200 maximum. So every one of these bets can go to $1,200. Okay. Now, she does look kind of miserable. Now, for those of you that are brand new, don't understand, here's a small way you can edge out on the table maximums. This table maximum right here, as we look at here, back again, I'll pull this back. The line is $1,200. A street is $600, right? So they know that. They know that whether you bet $1,200 here or you do 2 individual bets, which are the same, they kind of see that. In the brick and mortar casinos, they normally don't have that. It's a flat, it's $500 across the board. So what happens is when I play like 5 double streets, or I want to recoup at 5 double streets, and that casino has a $500 max. Oh boy, here we go. What is the history here? Did I miss a? I did. All right. Oh well, we'll go up to 90. I missed the progression here because I'm talking so much. They have a flat $500 all the entire table. It's a flat 100. So what you can do is, in this case, if we were betting 2 double streets, you can put 500 here and 500 here, which effectively doubles. If you're playing double street, effectively doubles the table maximum for you. Same thing with doing 5 double streets, which is what I play for recovery. Instead of playing $500 per double street for a $2,500 bet, I put 500 on 10 individual streets. Oh man, I got a bad feeling about her. We'll see how it goes. Maybe we can pull this back. Anyway, so that's just a little hint for you. Be careful about the strategy you're playing. And the nice thing about it is when you're looking at that, if you're going to be playing these 1-to-1 outside bets, make sure your bet's really low. But that's where these low table maximums really hurt you. Nice thing about like 9 streets is you're spreading your bets out of this whole thing, and each one of those bets can go to the table maximum. It gives you more leverage to martingale up. All right, hopefully that makes sense. I'll include more of that when I make my beginner's guide to, oh, fudge. I told you, man, I got a bad feeling about her. She looks miserable. She's going to make the rest of us miserable. That's not nice to say, I guess. I mean, who knows what she's going through in her life, but come on, smile for us. Smile for us. Anyway, darn it, I forgot I was going to be recording this one. I actually made a playlist. It's called my Full Tilt playlist on Spotify. Some of the songs may sound like they're love songs, but they're not. It's about a love-hate relationship with Roulette. So every song in there I listen to, I go, yeah, that's me at the roulette table, right? So I'll play it when I do my digital dice one. We'll have that cranking out. So anywho's, all right. Look at that. She is hitting every fucking street we're not on. We're at 720 already. Yeah, and so anyway, when DVJ got back to me and he's like, I followed it through and twice took this thing to 7 losses in a row and had to go to 8. I was like, man, that's a $5,770 bet. If you add that all up, we would have been much further in the hole than we were where we were at when we got down by $4,100. We would have been blown out. Now the recovery, if we had blown out and only had a couple $100 left and came back to this one, okay, whew, amen. I don't know this one. I've got a pretty good tolerance for risk, but this one, my risk when you're doing 1-to-1 bets, which this one is, and for those of you that haven't seen it, these outside bets are called 1-to-1 because they match what you're winning is 1-to-1. You put $10, you win $10 because it covers 18 numbers. It's covering half of these 1 through 36. Then you have the 0. We're basically covering 18 numbers. It's the same. It's a 1-to-1 bet. And like I said, it's scary as hell because I guarantee every one of us, when you get up to $5,770 bet, you forget that you don't go, oh, you know what? I've lost 7 times in a row. I'm bound, probability-wise, I'm bound to hit it. No, you're going, fuck, I'm on 5,770 and I'm only covering 18 numbers. I've got 19 numbers. I got more numbers that are going to make me lose than I have to make me win. So that's why I'm not saying this is a bad strat. I would say it's even better if you want to play these online with 50 cent, 25 cent, maybe $1, depending on your bankroll. For me, I'd feel way more comfortable if I took these down to $5, right? $5 double streets and going from there. What's really funny is if you get like an Excel spreadsheet and you do that and you show, okay, what if and actually I can do that right now in some degree. If we come here to this and you go, what if I were to start out with this? Really, if your starting bet, like what we're doing, is 5-5-5 instead of 15-15-15, it literally saves you 1 to 2 progressions at the most. So we think in our head, I'm only putting a much smaller bet, so I have a lot. You don't have a lot more misses to go. You have 1 to 2. $5 would make it a 25-60 bet at the 10th progression. Really? All right, we won here. Nice. Whew. Are you sure about that? Because 5 would be 15. Double that would be 30. Then to 60. It's like only 2 progressions behind. Anyway, I'm never, D. Croft saying, I'm never betting 5K with only 18 number coverage. I know, it's scary. It's scary. And Bubby J's right. This mindset of going, it's due. It must hit because it hasn't hit in the last 8. I think any of that have played knows that's a very dangerous thing to do. And I swear to God, every time I go to the casino and I decide to play outside bets or 2 dozens, I look up there and go, oh, this one hasn't hit in like 8 spins. It's due. And I start betting the other 2 dozens and miraculously it just keeps missing mine. Okay, see, that's what I thought. 76.80 actually. So Kevin's saying if you bet with a $5 base bet instead of 15, so you're starting out with a $15 total bet instead of a 45, you're not saving which I mean, in some respects, giving yourself 1 to 2 extra progressions at the top end is huge. Don't get me wrong. It's huge. Oh, man. But don't think for 1 second, did I miss a progression again? I did. That's all right. That's all right. Because, I think this makes it back up, or at least we break even like we did last time. It is huge to give yourself 1 or 2 extra progressions, but don't think in your head, oh yeah, I'm going to $5 instead of $15. That's a third. So through my progressions, I can cut all those down by a third. Not how it works. Not how it works in the least. So be very careful. Hey, got a new 1-month sub. Thank you, rguy210. I appreciate it, man. Welcome. Oh my Lord. Here we go again. You know what? I got to add a Whitesnake song. Here I go again on my own. That's what I mean. I take these songs and I listen to the song, the main lyric song title, and I go, that totally makes sense. Like, let's go to my Spotify. I'll show you what's in my playlist here. Full Tilt playlist. Well, you just heard I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Thanks for asking. Then he goes, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm pretty good. Actually, I'm awful. Lose control, cry, over my head. Gone, long way down, fearless. I mean, hold me back. You heard that. That one was like, put it all on black, getting stuck on track. Over when it's over. My silver lining. Ought to know that. All time high. Thunder, fire, believer. Anyway, those songs to me, when I listen to those make me think, all right, we got it. All right, so we broke even, I believe. Yeah, we did, which is okay. So that's another way, actually, you can do on these progressions. You can, and I've done this in Vegas, and it's especially good if you're just trying to kind of hang tight. And that is, if you're going to martingale, and it's really good to take an Excel spreadsheet and do this out, and I've done it, where what happens if I flat bet this one, flat bet the next one, which would break you even. If you lose that, flat bet or increase it one and then double a couple, then flat bet that double a couple times. It's really interesting. If you look on the spreadsheet, you're not going to make any money, and it's going to take you a lot longer because most likely you're always flat betting, which means a lot of your bets are always going to be breaking even. But if you're looking to just sit at the table and kind of comp it out, which it's a bad idea to comp it out if your only reason you're there is to comp it out. If that's your sole purpose, that's a money-losing proposition most of the time, unless you're really effing good at betting. Yeah. Oh, man. Our guy says he's been in Discord and the YouTube from almost the start. Well, welcome, man. I'm glad you finally jumped in. Oh, man. What are you grilling? Robert Tripp says he's grilling dinner and watching this. What do you grill tonight, Robert? I hope it's like tofu and something that's not going to make my mouth drool, which I don't mind, actually. Make my mouth drool because then I get to go, oh, yeah. Yeah, so let's hope it's pretty good because then actually I get my mouth watering for the Tomahawk Tuesday. But yeah, I'm going to take about $5,000 tonight. I'm going to try to get my phone. And what I'm going to do is, so my camera's here, I'm going to see if maybe I put it in my pocket like this so it's recording. And then the problem is, what I'm really worried about is if for whatever reason I get caught, I'm afraid that they're not just going to say put that away, that they're literally going to ban me. And I do not want to be banned from A because it's the best casino around here for amenities and sportsbook. They have really high sportsbook there, which is surprising, but their sportsbook is run by MGM Sportsbook. But nice. Here we go. Amen. You know what? I take it back. What's her name? Brianna. Thank you. You're crushing it for us. Thank you. Maybe you've had a long, hard day. Been there, done that. I would think Kevin's saying it's not worth getting banned, but you think they give a warning, and I would think they would, but if you're videoing, I'm wondering, and the thing I hate about A is, I mean, they're really fucking strict about it. I mean, some dealers are like, even if you kind of turn to the side, they'll be like, no phones at the table. I'm like, fuck. In fact, they got so anal at it, A. Check this out. I'm waiting for a spot at the table open up, and so I'm walking around, and during the middle of the days and in the mornings, because when I stay there, I'm down in the casino floor, all during the day, on and off, and they have a whole bunch of tables that are just empty. So I walk to a roulette table, and I'm just sitting there at the table, and I'm checking my emails and stuff like that, and a manager a manager comes out from behind the pit and comes over and goes, "You cannot have phones at the table." I'm like, oh. And the roulette wheel, they usually put covers on the roulette wheels, like almost like, whatever. Trying to think of the name of the vinyl material. It's like a vinyl cover that they put over it. Missed that one too. All right, come on. What's going on with my connection? Here we go. They have so it's not even like I'm taking a picture of the wheel. There's just the felt. There's just the table, and I'm sitting there checking email, and they come over, and then they, and I'm just like, dude, you are on a power trip, little man. Yeah. I guess maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe I'll put it in my shirt pocket tonight and not record it and just leave it there and see if anybody says anything. Yeah, I definitely think I can get a spy cam. The spy cams that I was looking at on Amazon anyway, they're about the size of like the old voice recorder type things. They look like they're a rectangle about half an inch thick by about this long. Oh man. All right, we start getting my clenching starts going on here at this point. We're at 360. And yeah. Anyway, no, my friend, if I was sponsored by steak, I'd be pretty pissed right now because I'd be like, you said you were going to make me win. You said you were going to give me money and they're not giving me any money and they're not making me win. Now I get my dailies. In fact, I don't even know if I've claimed my daily. When does my daily come in today? Let's go take a look. My reload. Look at my reload there. It's 871. I don't want to pull it in because I don't want to screw up the balance, the $5,000 balance, but it's nice to know that I have $871. Oh, man, here we go. We are now at a $720 bet. Yeah, so I'm going to play this out today. I don't know if I will return to it again. This would actually technically be my third session playing this. I don't know if I would come back to it again. And if I do come back to this strategy again, it would be going down with a much, much lower bankroll. What he said, 871 reload is GG, good game. I'm a gamer, so when we say GG is good game. What was your top VIP reward? Oh, fuck. Yeah. All right, dude, get out of here. All right. We're at 1440. We're not going to go beyond 1440. This would put us down. Anyway, let's see. What was your top VIP reward? If you mean by my top VIP reward for like getting to Diamond 1, is that what you mean? Top VIP reward for getting to Diamond 1? Yeah, I was very transparent about that. My VIP reward for getting to, number 26. Look at that. 3 out of 4 fucking spins. My VIP reward for, motherfucker. See, this is what, we can't, see, I can't, all right. Look at that. That was a 1,440. I can't even double this up at this point. I'll go 1,440 one more time, but I don't even have the funds to go this high. And this is what I told you earlier, right? It's not that this is a bad strategy. The problem with this fucking strategy is that you will get into this type of situation almost every single time you play this. I guarantee you. You will get into this situation almost every session you play if you play more than just a few spins and get out of it. Oh. All right, we're done. We're done with that. Fuck that. I should have just stopped. I shouldn't have done this. This is it's nobody's fault but my own, but whatever. I mean, watch this. Now that I do this, now it's going to be a hit. I just, the outside bets, as much as people want to testify to them and tell me how great they are, like I said, you can win on them. The problem is you better bring a big fucking bankroll relative to whatever your bet size is, because I'm sorry, DJV. Look at this. How many fucking losses are we going in a row? And now that we do this loss, I guarantee you, every time you play it again, you're not thinking to yourself, oh yeah, this one's going to... No, I'm thinking to myself, I've just lost this many times, and yet I'm still only covering 18 numbers. Yeah, I'm going to play it low strategy just because I want to see how many we've gone here. History. Look at this history. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we've already lost more times than we did when he said he recorded my 3.5 hour session and said we went on a 7-loss win streak twice. We've already hit an 8-loss win streak right now. Already hit it. And now we're down almost $4,000. So now I got to come back and another day, and I'm down now $4,000. My own fault. But I got to tell you, DJV, if you're watching this, no, you're not vindicated with your wife. Tell your wife I give you thumbs down on this. I give you thumbs down on this 100%. This is why I hate, and I said it from the get-go. Look at this. 9. I've lost 9 times in a row now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times. Go ahead, DJV. Tell me, because he told me in all the times he's played, he's only ever lost, I think, gone up to 7. And here in 3 sessions, I've busted that. I've gone to 7, or I've now gone to 9. I've gone to 9. So I have to say, I do not endorse this. I do not endorse this unless you're going to use like purposely small. Look at this. I'm just going to see how far this goes. I'm just curious. Now we're at 10 losses. And he can say, or I could say, or anyone can say on any of our strategies, oh yeah, but that's never happened to me. I would love for someone to do this with 10-cent bets and play this. And I guarantee you will consistently get 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 misses on this strategy easily all the time. All the time. And same thing with the outside 1-to-1 bets like Aussie Pete. He swears by it. We had several members go and try it, and the first time they did it, they busted. That's the real danger of this one. It's not, I don't feel it's a consistent strategy. I feel 9 Streets is consistent. Finally, we win one. Damn. So what was that? 10 misses in a row? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That was 10. And this one would have been 2880, 5770, 11,000, 22, $23,000. This one would have been a $48,000 bet to recover. $48,000 bet. Yeah. So, yeah. This is definitely a thumbs down bet for me. And it just goes to show, and I said it before, look at this, 14 and 23. Last time I was playing, I showed you that we were literally 1-to-1. So this idea that these 3 double streets, somehow we have it in our head that those are hitting more than the others, poppycock. Nothing of the sort. Nothing of the sort. All right. I'm ending this here for the purposes of, and what are we down? 3,765. And I'm going to go play some dice now and get into our fun time. Minus 3,765. Damn. DJV, I am banning you from our Discord. I'm just kidding. But Derek Croft, this will make you happen because I did yours and I only lost like $2,200. Yeah, playing black, playing inside, outside, anything can happen on any strategy. You're exactly right. Anything can happen on any strategy. But what's the frequency it happens? And if you go back through all my videos, sure, I've gotten into shit. But the frequency that it happens is much more rare than this one. Yeah, you're off the shit. No, you're off the shit list, but you're on the IOU list still, my friend. All right. So luckily we're still averaging $302 a day. So we're still on our track to meet what we're doing. So yeah, we're average daily, but we only have $195. So DJV just wiped out my entire expendable balance. I'm just kidding. Anyway, for those of you on YouTube that are watching the challenge, that's it for today. Be good humans. For those of you that are on Kick watching this, we're going to continue on Kick. All right. Cheers.